this is just starting off with Ed. Hey, you guys, welcome back to the podcast. This is That's So Effed Up, and that's what we do when we record on the podcast. Nope, on the YouTube, because they say no cussing in the first 4 minutes or something. So you guys know that I would normally just cuss my little heart out like a sailor, but trying to make it past that 4 minute mark. So let's see if we can do it. So this is That's So Effed Up, a podcast that's on YouTube sometimes too, about cults, murder, and other generally fucked up stuff. Actually, we might be moving to Twitch. What?
You just said it anyway.
Dang it. Rats. Nuts.
It's okay. Keep going.
Rats and
Maybe
nuts.
they won't notice that one.
Well, the thing is, we're not monetized yet. It's just practice. But it's
Oh, okay.
practice that I'm really not good at. And you know what, you guys, that's a perfect segue to the fact that, listen, I love you guys. You're awesome. But YouTube doesn't love us.
Until we get 1,000
The
viewers.
replay crew doesn't like us. You guys like us, the ones who are here in the chat. We love you guys. You're so fucking cool. And hey, replay crew, what's up? You are too. But you guys generally leave the video after like 4 minutes. So I don't think you actually get anything from it. So it's apparent to me that people who are coming to YouTube to watch videos, they want something a little bit more edited and polished. That's what the stats are telling me. So I would like to move us to a platform where live streaming is like the jam. So all 12 of you that, it's only 6 right now, but you know, another half dozen of you might show up. And you guys, I'm going to have to ask you a big favor, and that's going to be to get Twitch.
And let me tell you what we know, because my family are Twitch users. So
why haven't you told me any of this, bitch? What?
I mean, we don't record on Twitch. I don't have like my own channel where I
put
together Thomas Kincaid puzzles and show, like,
maybe
you get to watch me.
Maybe you should.
That's my OnlyFans account. Just kidding.
You put together Thomas Kincaid puzzles naked
in the
on
nude.
OnlyFans.
In the nude. No, I do not. You do get to see my hands gloveless. What? Scandalous. It's some 1920s porn, right? Ungloved hands. Anyway. What I was starting to say was what year is it? If you are an Amazon Prime subscriber, I'm fairly certain you get access to one Twitch channel you can subscribe to that you don't have to pay for. If you are not already
clear,
subscribed.
you don't have to pay for Twitch to use it, right?
But I think you have to pay for their service to subscribe to like multiple channels. And I think you can pick a channel that you want to subscribe to with your Amazon Prime membership, if you have one.
Awesome. Good to know. Brendan said, I thought Twitch was for gamers. Guess what, Brendan? So did I.
Not just for gamers.
When you're listening on the podcast and you're like, who's Brendan? Again, we do this live. And because these episodes are coming out quick, well, they've already been out. And we're trying to get the content out quicker to you. Mm-hmm. We're doing very little to potentially no editing. I haven't really made up my mind yet on these episodes. So unfortunately, if you you don't get to see the sexy hand show that I just put on when I was going da 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 da. I was like slowly, well, I was miming it, but I was slowly peeling off a glove. And that's just some of the fun stuff you get on video. Yeah. But listen, Twitch. Sophia watches her team's handball games on Twitch. Twitch Twitch is for, I mean,
Everything.
girls, they sit in bikinis and sit in hot tubs. Apparently, that's a thing, and just talk.
I have a friend who does makeup on Twitch.
Your friend does makeup?
She does her makeup on Twitch.
And that's where we're going to go podcast, because people who are on Twitch are there for the live interactive TV. And according to the stats, we are on podcast. We're on podcast, you guys. According to the stats, we are on YouTube for y'all. Because the replay crew, what up, you guys? They don't really watch. They leave. Love you guys. Why don't you stay, please? It gets
better.
It does get better. Not that it's bad right now. It's just like we do get very into the storytelling.
Mm-hmm.
But
and we have cut it way down because
We
we're used to coming from podcast world where we can do a little chatting before we start, and we edit that out. But we are working our way on the YouTube thing.
yeah, and
Grow with us. Nobody's perfect. Grow with us.
yeah, come
Be a part of this
with
journey.
us, and you'll be. It didn't rhyme, but I had to include you in a world of pure imagination. All right, you guys, that was just like a tad bit of light and happiness for you, because it's about to get dark again. Did we say our names yet? I don't even think so.
No.
They mostly know.
Mostly
But
no.
in case you don't, hi, you guys. What's up? I'm Ashley Love Richards,
And I'm Fallon Morey.
and we are the hosts of, well, now we're practically at minute 7. That's so fucked up. And it's a podcast about cults and murder and generally fucked up stuff like shark attacks and
Squid attacks.
squid attacks. It's not all marine based, you guys. I swear, that's just what's coming.
I
to
was
mind.
about to be like scuba diving accidents. But
You're thinking of like one
season.
we talk about so many varied topics and
Cases and cults and you said cults.
and your one-stop shop for Gypsy Rose Blanchard Anderson and Natalia Grace. I believe she's actually just going by Natalia Mans now.
I think so.
Nataylah.
Oh.
If you guys see a GoFundMe for her, I verified it. It's real. So feel free to donate.
Yay.
I'll put that in the show notes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
If you're just tuning in, what's up? This is the recap of The Curious Case of Natalia Grace, Season 2, Natalia Speaks, Episode 4. I didn't get the fucking name. God damn it.
It's okay.
Did you? But I feel like we've been doing it now, and
No.
now I have to say the name of. It's called Houses of Horror. So that's what we're in for. Just paint a little picture for you. Oh, I was saying, yeah. So this is episode 4, and we do have episodes 1 through 3 up.
Can I go get my like stuffed animal and hold it while you talk?
Sure, absolutely.
No,
I'm in support of you doing
I'm gonna
whatever you need to do through these.
You know what?
days.
I'm getting it. I'm getting one.
What's up?
This isn't mine, but my son has a light up unicorn, and he glows when you press his little horn, like his little antlers. You can't see the glow on the screen, but I'm gonna hold my stuffy while you talk. There's his glow. You can see it. I like your moose.
Okay. All right, you guys, we are fully
I'm ready.
we're off the cuff. Okay, here we go. We've got our emotional support stuffies. Please, you guys get yours too. I have a moose. Fallon has a unicorn, as she has stated. All right. Okay. Do it, Ashley. It's so crazy how much
Come
I
on.
like have never wanted to like stop covering a case so much as after doing Gypsy and Natalia. Their stories like 100% so need to be fucking told, and I also, know that not everybody has access to the streaming services, and I know not everybody has like likes to watch documentaries or takes information in well in that format, and or can
So,
really handle it with just the straight talk, because we bring a little bit of humor into it, or we
that's right.
try, because it's a lot. Okay. Okay. We're ready. Let's go. All right.
Chat.
House of Horrors. So we pick up where Natalia was left at the Westfield Apartments. Oh, no, I can't see her face. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, there we go. And she says that nobody liked there. She says that nobody liked her there. Case in point, Sue, that fucking cunt. Really
Fuck,
though, Sue's a cunt.
Sue. She's awful. See you next Tuesday, Sue.
She was like, I still believe that Natalia is an adult and she was a creepy child molester, and the fucking sexual predator next door definitely was being super chill and she was being a weirdo.
Well, like I can't. What?
Like I said, Sue's the kind of person who asks what they were wearing when a woman gets
Sexually assaulted.
essayed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's really funny how you said sexually assaulted and I abbreviated it to essayed, and I said cunt and you said see you next Tuesday. Everybody has their things that they do and don't like to say. Not
Right.
that you love saying,
Yes,
Okay,
I don't
I'm moving
love
on.
saying sexually assaulted. Okay,
I
I'm
know, I
making my
just-
unicorn go.
Bringing the moose back. All right, he's gonna sit on my shoulder. Actually, that feels really appropriate.
Okay.
It's like a parrot, but instead it's a moose. Okay, here we go, pal. You know what? I was like, I don't even know his name. And that seems rude. It's Zeus. Zeus the moose.
Do you want to know what my son
Okay,
named
you
this
didn't
one?
like not a chuckle, not even a smile.
I smiled
Wow.
inside.
You guys, this is what I deal
This
with.
is what we were talking about. Ha ha, Zeus the moose.
Okay, come on. Me and Zeus are going. Okay. Natalia is sitting across from the old Barnett's house on a swing and talking to Antoine Mans, her guardian. And she refers to the Mans family, Antoine and Cynthia, as her parents. They are extremely religious, and I'm going to leave it at that. And if you listen to the first episodes, or if you listened to the first episodes or watched them here on YouTube, then you absolutely you know that, okay? So Natalia retells the event of when Christine made her walk around the entire block without her shoes on, and she said when she got back, her feet were bleeding. And Christine wouldn't let her in the house and cleaned her feet off outside with a brush. Natalia said that she was telling Christine that it hurt, but Christine didn't listen. And as Natalia's looking at the house, she's crying and saying like that's like a haunted house to me. And she's obviously having like a fucking trauma response, like just seeing the house is bringing up physical responses in her. I'm going to take Zeus the moose off my shoulder just because I don't want to like make the podcast seem less serious. He's sitting in my lap.
Should I put away my unicorn?
No, I just like him on my shoulder was
that's true.
is maybe like seemed a little too light.
I'm legit gripping this stuffed animal so tight right now. Like,
Yeah,
I
because
can't.
this and Gypsy Rose are two of the most horrific child abuse
I
cases I've
was
heard
like
of.
grinding my teeth so much watching the episode as I was typing this morning, and I was like, my jaw hurt after I was done watching it. It was so hard to watch. Ugh.
Yeah, I actually just got a special thing that I have to wear at night because my teeth are getting fucked up because apparently I grind them super hard all night. Intense. Anywho, so
Mm-hmm.
that's obviously super fucked. She said that neighbors drove by, didn't do or say anything. And she said, I was a little girl. I was 7. And I want to know why. Yeah, me too. Like, of course. Like, what the fuck is wrong with people? Natalia wanted to tell the neighbors what was happening, but she was scared because the neighbors were good friends of the Barnetts. So she was afraid that they wouldn't believe them and then would tell Christine or Michael, and then who
There'd
the
be
fuck knows?
retaliation.
Yeah. Christine would, spray her in the eyes with pepper spray or make her walk around the block until her feet were bleeding or, just whatever
Oh,
literal horror that horror, you like that, could
I
come up with.
do.
So we talked to one of the neighbors, Rachel Amber. She said that her daughter She said that her and her daughter Gracie used to play together and they were basically joined at the hip. And then one day Christine told Rachel that Natalia had been trying to kill them and had been putting thumbtacks on the stairs.
Oh yeah, that old chestnut.
And hiding knives in her mattress, which I would like to add seems to me like a fear response.
Hiding a
I'm
knife under
scared-
your own bed sounds like a fear response.
If I'm like scared that somebody's going to break into my house or something, I'm probably going to hide a knife under my pillow or in the very least keep a baseball bat next to my bed. Yeah, actually though, if you're not super strong, you actually shouldn't use a knife because generally if the predator doesn't have a weapon, if you're not very strong and don't know how to fend them off, then often they end up with the weapon. I learned that because once I called my friend and I was like, I heard a noise, so I'm walking around my whole house right now with a knife, checking every closet. And she was like, no, put the knife away. So just thought I'd share that with you guys.
When I was little, my dad left me. I was old enough to be left alone, but I was so scared because it was like the latest I was on my own in that house. So I had this. He came home and he was like, "I found you asleep." It was adorable. I found you asleep on a couch under your blanket with a knife under your pillow. And it was like this little old, like dull steak knife. The handle was like falling off. I think they were gonna like get rid of it because it didn't work anymore. And he was like, I was like, I was scared. I thought I heard a sound. It was like tucked under my pillow.
You were a little cultling at a young age. Just a budding fan of the fucked.
It was just under there. Like, who are you going to stab with that dull knife?
Yeah.
I don't think it would if even cut through this.
I mean,
like,
good call though. That's cute. But Rachel buys this because Christine is extremely manipulative, and Rachel actually later says that she was afraid of Christine. It sounds like a lot of people were pretty afraid of Christine.
Yeah.
So Natalia and Rachel meet. Rachel comes out of her house telling Natalia how pretty she looks and how much she's grown, and if she remembers coming over all the time to play with Grace. And Natalia, she gets very emotional. She's crying and she's defensive and she's like, why why did you believe that stuff? She said, quote, did I ever try to hurt Grace? And Rachel says no. And then she says, why did you believe it? And Rachel's just like,
Would you
them's the
think Natalia
breaks.
was going to be like, oh, I do. It was so much fun when you abandoned me to abusive people and believed I was going to kill your daughter.
Yeah. So Natalia asks Rachel why she never questioned Christine. And Rachel says that she's really sorry and that she should have, and she's remorseful what happened, and blah, blah, blah. But if she had known what was really going on, she would have taken Natalia in herself. And Natalia asks, why didn't you? And Rachel says that she was scared of Christine, even though they were friends.
I don't know if I
Weak.
buy it. I
Weak.
think it's a weak answer.
Yeah. It just blows my mind that nobody was like, listen, maybe it's nothing, but this seems really fucking suspicious. Like, not
Yeah.
one person blew the whistle along the way. Are you kidding? So, Natalia, in an interview, says that she never wants to see Christine again, but she is willing to talk to Michael. Then we see Michael in an interview saying that the day that they adopted adopted, that's not a word, saying that the day they adopted Natalia was one of the 5 best days of his life. Fallon, top 5. It was so weird though, because in the last episode, I feel like he said something along the lines of like, thank God we got rid of her.
Did he like edit it to that? Did they edit that sentence? Because if you watch the first episode of the documentary, he says, without context, adopting Natalia is one of the 5 best days of my life. And now it sounds like the same quote, but like without context removed.
With the context now.
Yeah, with context.
He's saying, "Oh, see this cross on the wall? Yeah, it says Grace in the middle because we got it when we adopted Natalia Grace, and I barely have anything from my former life left, but I do have this."
Which he also blamed on her in the first season, by the way.
That he had nothing left. It was all Natalia's fault.
Because it was Natalia's fault. He would have a wife and a family and money.
His wife that he hates that's super evil.
Right. Money if it wasn't for Natalia. So, okay. Michael, miss me with all your nonsense.
He has a lot of back and forth, like, make up your mind. Michael says that he'd like to apologize to Natalia, but not the world. Okay, Fallon, so just to let you know, he doesn't owe us shit.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but he's a sassy motherfucker.
He's like, pretty sassy.
He's a bitch.
He is kind of a bitch.
I would say that, like, Christine, like, I would kind of almost flip genders on this, or what you usually hear, and be like, Christine is a giant flaming asshole.
Yeah.
Michael's a little bitch.
She's kind of a dick.
She is.
No, I would call her that.
She's a tiny dick. Not even a huge dick.
I mean, yeah, I got you. I understand how you're characterizing them. I get it.
Such a dick, dude. Okay. So Ken Maxwell is brought in. He's a retired assistant special agent in charge for the counterterrorism branch for the FBI. That's so many words. He already was retired when he heard about Natalia's case, but it intrigued him so much that he started investigating it. And he says that we can't get into the minds of Catherine. What is her name?
Who?
The main fucking, I just lost my mind. The Barnett lady?
Christine.
Totally just forgot her name. Just completely forgot it. Christine. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay. So he says, we can't get into the minds of Christine or Michael, but based off of the evidence we've uncovered and interviews and official documents, it really gives us a glimpse into what they were thinking at the time that helps support the notion that there was certainly a purposeful plan, as you were talking about. Like, it was like step A, step B, step C, freedom.
Yeah.
Getting the apartment in Lafayette was a part of the plan to get rid of Natalia for good. And he says that the apartment in Lafayette, the other one was on a first level, it was ground level.
Mm-hmm.
The apartment in Lafayette is up at least 17 stairs. Bitch, I have a hard time going up 17 stairs.
Oh my gosh.
I should work out more, really. But like that is so fucked up. That's fucked.
That is fucked.
The apartment was just absolutely unsuitable.
So is this a second apartment then?
Yes, because she got evicted from the first one.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Creeping out the neighbors like Sue.
Okay.
Remember, she was being a weirdo because she was an 8-year-old living by herself. I probably would have gotten pretty weird too. I was already weird as a kid, and this was happening. So, all right, okay.
Kids are creepy.
Like you said, I dreamed of what your insides looked last night. That would scare the hell out of me.
I read that on a Reddit thread.
That's so funny. Reddit is both at the same time amazing and one of the worst places. So we see that a 9-year-old with disabilities is left in an extremely dangerous neighborhood alone in an apartment that's completely unsuitable for somebody who has special physical needs. And the type of dwarfism that she has, it's really hard to pronounce.
But it can make.
Do you know it?
I don't know the words for it, but I know that it also comes with a bunch of other issues. And one of the previous episode, they said it comes with like limitations. It can come with like physical pain, arthritis,
So
all sorts of stuff.
What she has is dystrophic dysplasia, which is a disorder of cartilage and bone development that leads to an onset of joint pain and deformity. It's a rare genetic condition that also is actually the catalyst for dwarfism because a child's legs and arms don't grow and develop to the typical adult length. That just came off of CHOP, which is Children's Hospital of Philadelphia.edu. I just want to say that because that obviously didn't just come from my fucking brain, and I quoted it right off their page. But so it's not that she has dwarfism and then has additional complications because of that. She has this very rare condition that in itself is just by default, extremely fucking painful.
Right.
And difficult to deal with.
Ugh.
And dwarfism is one of the side effects in
Which
addition
is,
to
yes,
all the other shit. Last night when I was talking to Shantae, I don't know if did you watch episodes 1 and 2 before you watched 3?
I didn't.
Okay. So
I just ran out of time.
No, I get it. I get it. She does a lot, you guys. She was supposed to, no, she wasn't supposed to. She did have a surgery. It was one out of a few, if not multiple surgeries that Natalia was supposed to get while in the care of the Barnetts.
Mm-hmm.
And with this disorder, it's really important that people get surgeries at the right times because of where they are in the process of
Developmentally.
fucking human development. Yes.
Right.
And so they got her first surgery, and then they were like, that was expensive, and she was being super fucking whiny about it after. Because you know what the surgery was?
What?
Them cutting her fucking Achilles tendon to lengthen it.
Oh,
Sorry, guys. Trigger warning for like gnarly fucking that like hurts even thinking about it.
oh, and so I bet like if suddenly she's 22, they can go, oh, I guess it's too late to do all her other surgeries. So what a shame. We don't have to spend that money.
And Natalia says that she actually thinks that, in addition to so many other things, that was one of the catalysts. They were like, we thought we were going to be making money off of her. Now she's costing us money. This is cuckoo.
Yeah.
But Christine was being a whore when Natalia would be like, hey, I'm dying of pain. Mommy, I'm a child. Christine would just ignore her, and Michael would bring her the pain meds eventually. But I'm sorry. Getting your fucking Achilles heel cut sounds like one of the worst surgeries like imaginable. Ow.
Oh my God. I had shoulder surgery once, and they have to like dislocate your shoulder to get in there while you're out, obviously. I was in pain for 6 solid weeks after that. And it wasn't nearly as invasive. And I was an adult.
She's a baby.
I was an adult with a high pain tolerance. Like, she is a baby. What? I can't.
I cannot imagine
my unicorn
the
again.
level of fucking trauma that she has. I hope she's able to get so much of the right kind of help.
I can't. Please keep going. I can't.
Okay, I know. Yeah, okay. I think we can. Here we go.
Truck it.
This is also pretty fun. Natalia didn't know that she was moving to the apartment in Lafayette until they got to it. And they're like, so you live here now and we're going to Canada. Deuces, later days, good luck.
Wow. How am I supposed to get up and down these stairs? I don't know. Figure it out.
Uh-huh. Yeah, no, exactly.
God, I fucking hate these people.
Yeah, they're like kind of the worst.
I know you guys get to tune in and hear me say insightful things like I fucking hate these people. And
I didn't have a lot of insight to add last time either, except for sighs of sighs of anger, and there's not a whole lot.
You guys can just watch me hug my unicorn in absolute sadness and try not to die on the inside. I know. I like you. I like your little moose.
Zeus the moose is here, you guys. Actually, Zeus has a really beautiful story. Zeus was, he belonged to my roommate, Dylan, who passed away by suicide a few years ago. And it's really funny because he was always very entrepreneurial. And he started collecting Beanie Babies as a kid because, like, he knew that they were going to be worth something.
Millions.
Yeah, he was like,
so that could be $1 million moose.
No, we checked. I think he's like maybe a couple $100. But yeah. So like, what's up, you guys? Shout out to Dylan. Yeah. R.I.P. homie. Yeah. I'm actually gonna go see Third Eye Blind with his sister and her fiance and a couple of our other friends soon.
Nice.
So.
I was thinking about seeing Third Eye Blind because they're coming nearish to here. I know.
We're such millennial Gen Zers.
Yeah. Renee said Natalia literally went through hell in the chat, and I would agree.
She fucking did. It's
literal hell.
Yeah.
This is another one of those points where I want to stop and say any haters out there that are saying like, "Oh, well, whatever." If you haven't had your Achilles tendon surgically cut and then had parents that wouldn't give you pain meds after, then you need to go to hell. Sorry.
That's a strong fact from Fallon. I
That's
like it. You're dropping.
that one's right out of Fallon's files.
I'm generally the
You're
really
welcome.
aggressive one, but you know what? I like it.
I like it. This is me fired up.
Fallon Unfiltered. Okay, that's like, dude, that has to be the name of your YouTube or whatever.
Fallon Unfiltered can be the name of my YouTube. That's the name of my OnlyFans page. No, that's Naked Thomas Kincaid Puzzles.
You guys, for reference, Fallon's like in her early 40s and literally does Thomas Kincaid puzzles and then frames them and puts them on her wall like a 65-year-old.
For the record, all the Thomas Kincaid puzzles I framed, I did when I was in my late 20s.
So you were old as fuck then. That's even crazier.
That's right.
And then you've been carrying those fucking puzzles around for 15 years.
Yep, they're on my wall right now. I was doing a puzzle the other day by Thomas Kincaid, and Ash is like, "You're gonna frame it?" And I was like, "You bet." And I'm gonna fucking hang it on my backdrop during our shows just for you.
No. Actually, you guys, fun fact too, since we were just talking about Dylan, he he had a bunch of Thomas Kincaid paintings that he bought super hammered on a cruise ship. Because he was like, that's a good investment on a fucking cruise. I just think that's hilarious that he was buying fine art on a cruise while he was shit canned.
See, I'm bringing it full circle for you. That's all.
That's a fun story. Okay.
There you go. All right, let's do it.
Back to this fucking garbage fire. So, Detective Brandon Davenport discovered that Natalia, when she got dropped off in this incredibly non-suitable apartment for somebody with her needs, not only did they take away her specialized shoes, also her walker.
Because...
Oh, also, it's not in this episode, but we know previously that they deleted her social worker's phone number out of her phone so that she wouldn't know how to access who she needed to for help.
Ugh.
Satan walking in people's bodies on Earth. Yeah, so Detective Brandon Davenport emphasizes what Ken Maxwell said earlier. He was just like, this apartment was not catered for someone with dwarfism whatso motherfucking ever.
Actually, I think Satan would probably be like, settle down. And the way we say not today, Satan, I think Satan says not today, Christine.
Really? He'd be like, listen, this is like too much.
This is like too harsh for me.
It's
like,
a little
please.
too much.
Yeah. He says not today.
Not today, Christine.
Not today, Christine Barnett. That's what he says when he wakes up in the morning. Oh, so gross.
Cunt Dracula. Because she's a fucking bloodsucker, man. She's sucking all these people dry. You know that she made over $1 million. That's a guesstimate, but I'm right. I'm certain. On the book The Spark about her son with
How
Jacob.
She turned her son into a genius. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. What's my point about that? I don't know. Oh, because she just sucks everything out of everyone around her until they're shells of people.
Yeah.
Cunt Dracula. Ooh, that's
Dracula.
Good. I'm gonna start using that. I like it.
That's a good
hashtag.
That's a good one.
Okay. Here we go. I don't think the algorithm would love that. Actually, I don't think they'd push it. Our account probably would get shut down. Don't do that, you guys. So now we are seeing an old interview. No, that's not what we're doing. Now, we hear that Natalia saw Christine twice and Michael once while she was living in the apartment in Lafayette, and then never again until she's like seen Michael in this extremely awkward reunion. So Natalia and Cynthia Mans, her legally adopted mom, although we're sticking with the documentary, but we've heard. I don't want to. I don't want to do any.
I would just call
no.
it what she is in the documentary.
Okay. We're sticking with that
In order.
because I haven't. Yes, but this is a binge or bust. We haven't really been announcing that, but binge or bust is a segment where we watch a documentary for you. We tell it to you frame by frame, essentially, and then we say binge it or bust it. If it sucked, bust it. And even sometimes it's a bust if it was really good, but I feel like our explanation of it served its purpose. But sometimes the footage or the real interviews or whatever are worth watching. I would say that this is a bust, but our recap of it is a binge. And then so that you can hear Natalia Grace actually speak for herself, she's got to be doing some interviews soon.
Like, I'll be honest, I think that like Gypsy Rose, the documentary, was a binge, but the last episode I did not think was a binge. I thought the last episode of that doc was a bust, but our retell was a binge.
Okay. Also, since I did this with Gypsy, I will say that Natalia was at 18,000 followers when I checked her Instagram this morning, and now she's at 19.9K. So I don't think she's going to have a blow up as big as Gypsy, but I do think that both of their documentaries came out the same day, January 5th. And I think everybody, because Gypsy's case is more known and it's been on Good Morning America and literally like every fucking thing that you look at. But I think now that it's been a week, because that's the attention span of humans, now they're probably looking more at Natalia, because her post from December 23rd, 2023 has 454 likes, and her post from 6 hours ago has 1,370 likes. So that's in what, 2 weeks? 3 weeks, about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So I think that I know Gypsy's gotten so much support. You can just tell by her outfits. Like, she got styled out, dude.
Oh yeah. Her nails, her hair, her outfits.
She looks better than I have in a long ass time. Actually, you know what? I exfoliated and shaved.
You do
today,
you do look shiny and hairless.
Thank you.
I was just gonna say you do look dewy complected, but then you said shaved, and I was like, okay.
So actually,
all right.
What's up, Phantom Shadow Song in the chat? Says she can't talk about these things because of her contract with the documentary filmmakers. Yeah, I figured she probably has to wait for an NDA to run out. She has stated this on her TikTok. So
probably.
there we go.
And there's probably, like with Gypsy, there's probably like random other content that they didn't publish, but that they're going to use for a future season. And so she can't spill the tea.
I haven't watched episode 6 yet, but apparently it ends on another fucking cliffhanger. It's like,
it really doesn't
really
need
gonna
to
stretch this out for 18 episodes, you fucking asshats? Like, fuck off. You got what you needed from this situation. Now leave her alone. Let her contract expire so she can tell her story for real, not your fucking edited version of it, you pieces of garbage. Ugh.
So she was with her mom.
Okay, she was with mom. Sorry, what happened? Where am I?
She was with Cynthia, right?
Yep,
or
Cynthia. Yeah,
okay.
They're together. Uh-huh.
And
they're at the Lafayette apartment. Yeah. And they sit down on the steps and talk about the apartment and how she couldn't even reach the mailbox. She had at least 17 stairs to go up and down every time she needed to go somewhere. Mind you, not in her fucking special shoes or with her walker because they took those away. And then it almost is like, did you guys fucking plan that? They hear in not in succession, not like bum bum bum, but kind of sort
Like
of separate. They hear 3 gunshots and they're like, "Yeah, we're
gunshots.
gonna go." Like it's 100%
Wow.
not fireworks. I can't tell
Whoa.
actually, but I was watching it with my boyfriend and he was like, "Yeah, that's not fireworks. That's definitely gunshots."
Probably a gun. Yep.
So that's the kind of neighborhood that they left a disabled 9-year-old in just to drive that home. Now we see an old interview of Michael. Oh, Michael, stop doing interviews.
Yeah. Every time.
You should stop. Comes up, Michael telling the cameras that Christine called him and said that he, quote, needed to quit his job, call his boss, and come home immediately because they're moving to Canada. So Christine takes the boys and finds somewhere to live while Michael stays back and sells all of their things as directed by Christine and then pieces out to Canada to join them.
What the actual fuck? I hate these people. I'm just gonna keep saying that. That's my hot
That's
take.
all there is to say. Is hot take of the day. We hate them.
Oh,
So this is okay. This is what bewilders me about the shit that Michael says on camera. So now we're hearing him talk about the Canada period. He says that they were fighting every single day when they were in Canada. And he recounts the yelling and mental abuse that he was enduring from Christine. And I don't want to discount that. She does sound like a monster, but so is he. So fuck him. And he tells Christine repeatedly, this is coming directly from Michael,
okay.
that he was going to kill her.
That he was gonna kill Natalia?
No, Christine.
He tells
said,
her.
He said to Michael's recounting this to us, to the camera.
Okay.
That he said to Christine, I'm going to kill you over and over one day when he snapped on her in front of the kids.
But we had to move to Canada and re-age and displace a terrifying 9-year-old with dwarfism because we were so scared of her. Okay, just checking in.
She's the one who's terrifying. But when Michael loses it, he threatens to kill Christine repeatedly. Which honestly, she was probably like, "Fuck yes!" Like that was some fuel she needed.
This is what I live for.
Oh yeah, and she was like, "I can use that against you." Amazing. So apparently, she turns to the kids and goes, "Daddy's gonna try to kill all of us, but it's okay because I'll protect you."
What a manipulative piece of garbage.
And then get this. How weird is this? How weird is this? How weird is this? The boys, scared of daddy, start sleeping with what by their beds?
A knife.
Ding, ding, ding.
But they're not sending them to live in apartments alone with, and re-aging them.
No, because if it's Natalia doing it, it means that she's going to murder them. If it's their boys doing it, it's because they're scared of daddy. I'm going to say Natalia was scared of both of them, more so Christine. But also when you have somebody who watches you be abused and is absolutely fucking useless about it, that person's also abusing you. And they're scary because you know that you can't turn to them.
Ugh.
Christine tells a therapist that Michael is a danger to her and her boys and a physical threat to their family.
I mean, I've kind of seen Michael rant and talk, and I don't imagine he doesn't seem like physically threatening. Like he seems like
He's
a
very
guy.
unhinged emotionally, but
He seems like a guy that would tell you he's going to kill you and then throw up like a balled up piece of paper at you. Like,
yeah, or like break a vase and dramatically storm out of the room.
right. Don't follow me.
Listen, you guys have heard me say you guys have heard me say a lot of times on the podcast or YouTube. Actually, I've avoided saying it on the YouTube because I'm like, you can't take that back, Ashley. That maybe some people should just get schmurdered, you know? But like, it's not good to publicly say that.
Just that word cracks me up. I don't want anyone to get murdered.
No, me neither.
I just murdered. I just think it's just that word.
It's funny. I like it.
Ridiculous.
It's every
time something emotionally affects me, I'm
I don't think
nobody
should get, not nobody, but nobody in this story should get murdered, but they should spend the rest of their lives behind bars. Absolutely.
I agree.
But Christine's like, awesome. Now Michael's going to sound like a schmurderer because he finds out that she had videotaped him during their argument.
Of course she fucking did.
No, yeah, that's why she was like, yeah, bitch, tell me how much you're going to kill me.
That's very on brand for her. Does this
so on
chick
brand
just walk around with like just ignore this? Like she walks around with a little selfie stick with a GoPro just permanently.
The weird thing is you can tell that she thinks she's super hot. And she's not. Okay. Listen, I'm not trying to pass judgment on people's appearances, but I hate her and she's a monster and she thinks she's fucking a hot bitch and she's not. She's just a bitch.
Christine just wearing like a miner's helmet around with a camera strapped to the front. Like, go ahead, say what you got to say. Promise you're not being videotaped.
Right.
I'm just wondering if that's. She always seems to have a camera on at like at all the right times, right?
Like, did this bitch have a body cam like cops?
That's what I mean.
Know? Just like what is happening? So while Michael is in the U.S., Christine goes to the cops and is like, "Listen, he's gonna kill me. I have proof." And in February of 2014, Christine calls Michael and tells him what she did. And it is crazy. I don't know why this is taped. I guess they're just taping one another at all times at this point now because this phone conversation is taped. She's crying and she tells Michael that she had to tell that story to an officer in a bulletproof vest, Fallon, 3 times. And it was really scary. And then she stops sobbing and she goes, and I felt like you were going to harm me because you started cracking your knuckles. And he interrupts her and says, I wasn't going to you, but I can understand why you're feeling that way. He's probably recording this shit because he's trying to sound super calm.
I'm sure.
So she interrupts him to tell him to shut up and not to go into his freaky denial because she can't deal with that right now. Then she starts crying again and says that she could have been a bitch to him, but she wasn't. And that she was so pissed off and it was Valentine's Day. And he thinks that she's been with other people, but she hasn't been with anyone. And then again, she stops crying and she's like, and I told the police that I didn't think you actually intended to cause me bodily harm, but that you do have road rage. So
we've covered a lot of ground in just like 3-4 minutes here.
Oh, 30 seconds probably, honestly.
I mean, wild.
She says, I've contacted immigration, never come back to Canada again. And then told her kids, you know, that her dad's that their dad is a mantid Juan. Whew. She tells the kids that their dad is a wanted man in Canada and just uses that as a thing, I guess. So Michael is staying with friends in the US, and his friend, who seems like a little bit of a gossipy goose, says that he would always be in his room talking to Christine and trying to talk to the boys, but Christine would be very withholding of the relationship with the kids. That's one thing that Michael said was like super scary, is that Christine's like, I'll take the boys from you. And she was pretty successful at doing that while they were under her control, but Jacob's out from under her thumb now and is like,
Lives
bitch,
with
where's
his
my
dad.
money?
Yeah, he lives with his dad.
Yeah. And he's like, where's my money? Ho.
Well, he should.
I'm the genius. You didn't teach me shit. Okay. So they said that they would hear them fighting and they would hear, I guess he was on speakerphone, Christine screaming at Michael. So the legal expert that we've been hearing from, Miss Carras, what was her first name? I just
The
have
lawyer?
Carras written. Yeah. The legal expert.
Beth.
The legal expert, Beth Carras, says it seems Christine wanted to be in Canada with the boys and have Michael in the U.S. Maybe because Christine had wanted Michael. Did that make? I don't know if that made sense. I'm going to say that again. Maybe because Christine had yeah, I'm not saying. Okay. Maybe because Christine wanted Michael to be the sole parent responsible for Natalia, who is their dependent, potentially for life if they can't kill her or successfully abandon her. And if something were to happen, she could claim ignorance because she was in Canada. And it's actually recorded on a call or email or something, her asking Michael to be Natalia's trustee. She's like, here, you handle this.
You handle this. I think you can do this.
So we hear from Nicole DePaul, who was one of two parents, the DePauls, who also they were prospective.
You always want me to laugh. I got you today.
Yeah. Thank you. The DePauls were prospective adoptee parents. And they also had dystrophic dysplasia. So they understood Natalia's needs and wanted to adopt her and love her and take care of her. But then Natalia's first adoptive parents, the Chacones, took that adoption off the table when the Chacones got Child Protective Services called on them, and they thought that it was the DePauls, and I think it might have been, but I don't know for sure. So they were like, oh, we're mistreating her, but if you're gonna call Protective Services on us, then you don't get to adopt her. And then they gave her to the Barnetts.
Oh. How different.
Where are these motherfuckers, by the way?
Yeah.
Because that is, you can't make a child's well-being about your fucking ego. Like, what the fuck?
But yet, as the case we've covered the rest of the week would tell us, you can do exactly that sometimes.
You can.
You can't.
Yeah,
you
shouldn't.
You're
a terrible person. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we hear from Nicole DePaul saying that she has pictures of Natalia in her old apartment, like I guess she had gone to visit her, with bruises on her face and like what looks like a cut on the bridge of her nose and just like some chopped haircut that looks like Michael or Natalia herself had done it. Just so sad. Jackie Starbuck, Natalia's defense, isn't
she your prosecutor?
She's the prosecutor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Their main points at trial are that as a dependent, Natalia was in a second floor apartment She was in a second floor apartment. They didn't set her up with any doctors. They didn't set her up with any sort of extra assistance. And Michael had a duty care. No, duty. Okay. And Michael had a responsibility to care for Natalia, which he failed to do when he abandoned her in Lafayette, endangering her health and life.
Yep. And that sums it up.
Natalia remembers that her power was shut off in the middle of the summer and the food went bad in the fridge and she couldn't go grocery shopping. She said she was really scared because she could have died. Where's this? Lafayette, Indiana? I'm guessing they get pretty fucking hot summers.
Yeah.
So you're overheating and starving and
she
you're
has no
9.
money because she's 9.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Burn the Barnetts. So much what? We see a text exchange, super cute, between Michael and Christine on July 16th of 2013. Michael says, "You never gave me the electricity info. She's been without power for 3 days." Christine says, "She's 24. She can fix her own AC." He says, "A fan is not an AC system." And then in another text, he says, "We are going to give her cell phone back," because apparently they took that at some point so that she had no contact at all with anybody, any possibility of any contact with the outside world.
Oh my God.
And then when they did give it back, they wiped the
Everything out.
information of people that could help her. Yep. It looks like Christine was trying to set up Michael to take the fall. And then the documentary tries to be like, but Michael, like, went grocery shopping for Natalia and got her power turned back on. Oh, did he? Oh, yay for Michael. Who the fuck cares? That's the minimum. You want a gold star for that shit? You fuck.
In the apartment she shouldn't have been having to live in anyway because she was 9. Let's be clear.
Right, let's one more time. A 9-year-old with disabilities. So that
you can put
that little
lipstick on a
fucking-
pig. It's still a pig. I'm just saying.
sayings are weird. Okay. So an investigation was launched in 2013 into who Natalia was, where she came from, how she got to the U.S., and into an apartment in Indiana living by herself. Because the Adult Learning Center had called authorities being like, we have a, quote, adult here who is definitely a child, and it's really weird. You guys should probably do something. So this is sad as shit. Natalia had written a statement at the Adult Learning Center, which was basically a little biographical sketch that she gave to the police in September of 2013. Okay, take a breath. She states that she was in an orphanage and got a shot that made her pass out, and when she woke up, she was in a baby orphanage and saw a guy putting a towel in her face or something. She's like reading this from this letter that's written by a 9-year-old. And she's like getting emotional. And she's like, I don't even remember writing this, which is a very normal trauma response to like block out memories. She said, the man's let me be the kid that I needed to be, the childhood that I needed to have. And they showed me what parents are supposed to be like and taught me what love is. And we see her going to get adopted by the mans, and she's super excited. Like I said, she had been This is her third adoption.
Oh.
And she was like, and hopefully my final one. And I, I only have speculation, so I don't know. And I won't say anything else. But she went from being born Natasha Gava to being adopted by the Chacones and being named Natalia Chacon, and then becoming Natalia Grace Barnett. So she got Grace from the Barnetts.
Okay.
And now she's just Natalia Mans. So that's her fourth name at
Wow.
22, 23. So we meet Natalia's mom, Anna Graves, and she says that she would like Natalia to be with her in Ukraine, even though it's been a super long time. And then we go to Natalia, and she says that, you know, I understand. She said, I get that, but she only gave birth to me. Like,
I don't know her.
like, she gave me away pretty much the day that she gave birth. So, like, I don't know that woman. And the Mans have raised me. So those are my parents. And then she says that she thinks, and then she says that she remembers things from the orphanage being not great, which is the understatement of the long time. She says that there are scary memories that she tries to avoid thinking of. They didn't. Yeah, are you okay? You just have to cough.
Yeah, I just didn't want to do it loud in yours and everyone else's ear.
Thank you. So this woman, I don't know who said this exact line. Somebody says that at the orphanage they didn't have enough staff, so they would use really strange and frightening mechanisms of fear to control the children. Natalia recounts a time that all the kids were like in the playroom and everybody heard really loud stomping, and all the kids got up and ran to bed. And Natalia couldn't move that fast, so she went and hid behind a couch. She says that she saw a guy with a big black cloak and a scary green mask, and she remembers hearing stomping coming towards her and this figure just putting their head around the corner of the couch and staring at her. And she said that she was just absolutely fucking terrified. She's in the orphanage, so she's got to be like 5
2 or
or
3.
less.
Yeah.
Maybe 4, 5 at most.
Yeah.
Fuck me. Yeah. So, yeah. Then she remembers another time where someone covered her face with something and she blacked out. When she woke up, she was being carried into what looked like a big apartment building and then into some fucking janky ass like doctor's office and getting a shot. And then she blacked out again and woke up on the couch in the orphanage. And she says that the man who was carrying her was basically just like an invisible figure in a white t-shirt. Like that's all she could remember.
Yikes.
And like Sophia said, because why not that too?
Right.
Exactly. Why not? It's already the worst. Let's kick that 10 up to an 11. So they show her a picture And they're like, do you remember this guy? And she is visibly shook and speechless. And she says, I know something happened, but I can't remember what. And that's really scary and frustrating.
Mm.
And oh right, the picture is of her getting her diaper changed by this old ass man. You don't see his face. It's blurred out, but he is old as shit.
I'm
And she
changing her
is
diaper.
definitely getting her diaper changed. She's
Okay.
maybe 2, 3.
Okay.
There's no that's it. Sorry, the end. We're done.
That's it?
There's nothing. There's no good ever. Well, it does actually. I kind of already said it. It does end with her getting adopted by the Mans, and she's excited for that. So,
It's a little upswing, I guess.
yay! I'm, I'm like literally trying to muster. Like, I can't.
I just hope you know how much we love you all, that we're taking this one for the team.
No, you guys, I'm not even kidding. It is.
It's painful.
It is because I've been following both of these cases for a long time, and I've been super excited that documentaries came out where they got to speak their truths. Unfortunately, their truths are like some of the biggest fucking bummers I've ever heard in my life. And I support these women so much, and I want all of the best for them, and I want to stop talking about their stories. But
Yes.
like I said, not everybody has fucking Lifetime. Not everybody has Max or ID or whatever. And I know that it's expensive to have all of the fucking streaming services. You can't have or if you can, awesome. But what? Netflix, Hulu,
Max.
Paramount.
We had to get
Showtime.
Philo for
We had to get Philo for this, which is another version of
cable,
the
basically.
thing. Yeah. Disney. So much.
Guys.
So much. But I want to talk about some stuff that's like a little bit more chill after this.
Yeah.
You know.
I got some chill, just generally spooky stuff to tell you about in the next couple weeks. And it's not about this, and it's just like random mystery stuff, and I'm excited. I'm excited for those.
Well, I'm going to take your excitement back down. Phantom Shadow Song said, I think she had blocked out so many memories of Ukraine, and the filmmakers who made her remember that stuff while being filmed traumatized her again. Yeah.
I was about to say, the thing that I think bothers me about this one is I think they were very irresponsibly filmmaking for reactions. Like, can you imagine if part of the film was a part of Gypsy's documentary was to be like, we're going to take you to your mom's old house in Missouri, the pink house, and we're going to have you tell us about her murder while standing in her bedroom.
Yeah, and we're just going to have you hold a knife to see what it feels like.
We're just going to have you hold a knife just to see what it's like. We're going to show you photos we took during your feeding tube surgery and see if you react to them. Like, that's what it would have been like. It's just disgusting how they did it.
And
so exploitative. Get out of here.
I watched The Garden, Cult or Commune, and it was 100% a reality show that they fucking told the commune was going to be about showing how they live sustainably. And then they made it a fucking like reality show about end times and had the fucking audacity to call it a documentary. And I've actually really been going back and forth with a couple of the girls trying to talk with them. Also crazy, they're on NDAs and can't say shit, and but have alluded to the fact that they were done very dirty. And I really think that we should all fucking boycott ID after this. I think that it's a garbage ass fucking channel that takes people's stories and makes them extra but dramatic when they don't need that.
I agree. And you know what? I'm like ready to go hug my own children tonight.
Okay. Well,
because
We
I am bummed.
we'll let you hug your kids, and we'll let the listeners get on with their days, and our viewers here on YouTube maybe go watch something funny after this. I've been watching a shit ton of Chad. I've never like been a fan of a YouTuber, and I'm like, this chick's awesome. She talks about what's happening on TikTok, so I don't have to go to TikTok and see it, but I get to find out how it's the end of society, and it's pretty cool. It is about how the world's ending, but it's really funny and entertaining. So
My favorite YouTube channel is, besides ours, is called Nerd Forge, and they are a couple who is in shoot, where are they in? Oh, they're in Norway, and they make like all kinds of cool stuff. Like they have like a whole shop, and they've gotten bigger and bigger. So they make like cool dioramas of like fantasy scenes and leather suits, armor, and books, and it's really fun and super relaxing. So I love it.
So go check out Nerd Forge or Chad, or, check out the podcast. We have a lot of stuff on there that is not this heavy.
Yes.
And if you're listening on the podcast, keep doing that. Thank you. You guys check out the website, tsfuthepodcast.com. You can find all of the places to subscribe to us, not only on listening platforms, but social media, where you can get updates and
more updates.
Like a lot of updates. No, but
all our updates.
We are upping our social media game, and we're gonna do like memes and questions. I know that doesn't sound that exciting, but it's gonna be cool, you guys. And video clips of us from episodes.
Yeah, it's gonna be wild.
It's going down, you guys.
Yep.
Ashley she's using social media this year, so watch out.
Let's do it.
I might learn some things. All right, guys, we're off. Zeus the Moose, and who's your hornicorn? Hornicorn?
My son named him Sparkle Everywhere. So this is Sparkle Everywhere, my son's unicorn.
And Zeus the Moose, my homies, Beanie Baby investment. Say goodbye. You guys hug a stuffy or your kid or
whatever,
an animal,
your cat, your dog,
just yourself if that's all you got. Baby, your inner child needs love, okay? Love that child. That sounds weird. Love your inner child. Let me be specific. And have a great night, you guys. Bye.